I need you to be quiet. All right, thank you. Let's do this next one. It says that in a lab environment, colonies of bacteria follow a predictable pattern of growth. This graph shows the growth over time. What's happening during the population let me slow down. What is happening to the population during phase 2? So we're talking about this area right here. Yes?
It's increasing.
Yeah, so we would say that it's a rapid growth. So the bacteria it's rapid growth. Why did Mr. Adams say rapid growth? Yeah, because it's steep, right?
It's going up steep.
Yeah, it's steep. Now, what do you think is happening during phase 4?
It's going down. It's decreasing.
Yeah, it's decreasing. Now, let's think about why it would decrease.
Well, so it's like the number of microbes?
Well, the way a Petri dish works is the Petri dish has food actually in the dish that allowed the bacteria to grow. The bacteria only lives for a certain amount of time. So as they grow in the dish, this increases. They grow and they grow and they grow and they consume all the food that's left in the dish. Once there's no more food left, what happens to the bacteria? They slowly die. Okay? All right, so now let's look at this next one. It says the graph gives the speed of 3 people who are riding snowmobiles. Tell which graph corresponds with whom. So Chip begins to ride slowly, then stops to talk to some friends. After a few minutes, then he continues to ride, gradually increasing the speed. Yeah, it's graph 2, you guys. Because, and let me explain why. Graph 2, his speed is going fast. He has a positive speed. Then his speed slows down, and then there's no speed. 0 speed means you've stopped. Then his speed increases as he takes off. Linda steadily increases her speed through most of her ride. Then she slows down as she nears some trees. That is correct. Graph 3. She's going fast, increases her speed, and then she sees some trees, and then she slows down. Paulo stood at the top of a diving board. Graph 1, they just didn't ask about. Paulo stood at the top of a diving board. He walked to the end of the board, then dove forward into the water. He plunged down under the surface of the water and swam straight forward in the water for a while. Finally, he swam forward enough and upward to the surface of the water. Draw a graph. So we're going to assume that this is the diving board. So he goes up, right? But we don't need to draw a line there. So somewhere up here, I'm going to change the color. Somewhere up here is a diving board. He walks out to the edge of the diving board. Then what does he do? He jumps into the water. He splashes through the water, keeps going downward. Then he swims underwater across. Then he comes up out of the water, still swimming forward. Does that make sense? All right, that's it for that one. Now give me 2 seconds, and I'm going to assign some homework for you guys so that you have something to do this evening.